Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me here at the first Alert Desk. My name is Tori Cooper, and we are glad to have you here tonight. We have a few stories that we're working on. A bit of a busy weekend, but we have definitely seen busier. So let's dive right into it. There is a search underway right now in Lake Lanier for a man that went missing on Saturday. Our Atlanta News First reporter Bridget Spencer is going to pick it up from here and bring you the latest details on the search.
Gwinnett County authorities spent Sunday scouring Lake Lanier searching for a missing man.
We were called last night around 5:30 that a male had jumped off of a jet ski. The girlfriend that was here with the male said that he possibly swam to shore.
Family on scene did not wish to speak on camera, but tell Atlanta News First the missing man is Walter Rardado. The search effort entered day 2 with crews using sonar technology to try to detect anything that could lead them to the man.
Gwinnett County PD used one of their canine dogs to try and get a scent and track if he had made it to shore.
Lieutenant Andy Lane says dogs were not able to detect the scent on shore, forcing the search effort to pivot. The search was centered in the area near East Bank Park, and authorities suspect he may have drowned, but family as well as authorities are hoping for some good news.
But they are hopeful for a positive outcome, as are we. We are hoping he did swim to shore. We're hoping that we are out here searching for nothing in the water, and we're hoping that we find him on the shore somewhere.
From Lake Lanier, Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
So, of course, if we learn anything new on that, we will be sure to share that with you. We're told again that he was jumping into the water after he was on a jet ski. So hopefully he's somewhere on shore right now, safe, and hopefully we'll get an update later on his condition and his recovery. That's definitely what we always hope for. All right, well, we do want to move along now and talk about some other stuff that transpired today. Let's go to Midtown, where a pro-Palestine rally took place. This is video that you're looking at from the rally. There was quite a bit of people in this area. It shut down the roads, and we're told that for the most part it did remain peaceful, but it was in front of the Israeli consulate in Midtown. And tonight my co-anchor Carly Barnett is working on a story where we did speak with those who showed up to this rally, and we also have our reporter Asia Wilson working on a story today about a gathering that took place in the Jewish community to stand in solidarity with the victims on that side of the Israel-Hamas war. So clearly tensions running really high. We're starting to see a lot happening here at home. We've seen an increase in anti-Semitic acts, not just in Georgia, but we've seen it all over the country. We also saw, I'm sure you've heard it, the flyers that we have covered in many different areas of town. We also had a Jewish fraternity at Georgia Tech that was vandalized. And so there's been a lot happening in terms of anti-Semitic acts. So we're going to break that down later tonight, and we're also going to let you hear from people who were at this rally. All right, moving right along. So tonight there was also, this evening, we're just following up on a story because this afternoon there was a funeral held for a 17-year-old girl who was shot and killed last week, and we were at the scene covering when this all happened. Let me take you back to the scene so I can show you. This is investigators on scene of Lynn Haven Drive where this all happened, and they told us that they believe a man shot this 17-year-old girl named Sadie Nicole Brooks, and they tell us that they believe there was an argument that led up to this shooting, and now they're looking for him. Now, they tell us that they do believe that the suspect knew the teenager, and so far there's no other details from investigators, but there was a public viewing held today for the victim who lost her life at the age of 17. There was also a public viewing that took place, and at last check, police were still looking for the suspect in this case. So again, anytime something like this happens, we hate telling you about it, but we also want to make sure that you know about it because this is happening in your own backyard. So those are the top 3 stories right now that we're really working on and getting some more details on, and we'll let you hear more about the reporter stories that we talked about later on in our newscast at 10 and 11 o'clock. So make sure that you tune in with us, because that's when you are going to get more in-depth stories and more information on the stories we just talked about. So thank you so much for joining me here at the First Alert Desk for a quick update on some of the stories that we're working on. And we will see you on air in just a bit. But before we, conclude our First Alert Desk update, we do want to just talk about the cool, spooky temperatures outside. It's definitely cooling down. So we're going to bring in our First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin, who's going to tell you about how you can plan your day. Hey, Cutter.
Hey there. Yeah, we managed a little warmer temperatures this afternoon, but as Tori just mentioned, it's starting to quickly cool off outside right now. Already back into the upper 60s, and this is a fresh set of numbers across the area. You can see 69 at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. As we take a look at temperatures further to the south and to the southeast, even a little bit cooler inside the perimeter. That is where it is mildest right now. Of course, all the pavement hanging on to a little bit of that moisture out there, that warmth, I should say, out there this afternoon, this evening. But you get away from the city, and temperatures are much, much cooler. Again, want to say thank you for joining ANF Plus. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin here to give you a check of the First Alert forecast. If you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, the place to get those addressed, get your questions answered, that would be on Facebook. Atlanta News First is the account to like and to follow. If you do have any weather questions, comments, concerns, just search Atlanta News First on YouTube. Give us a like and a follow so you can be alerted to any future live streams, or you can just watch this one. And hello to you, Wesley Millsap, watching up in Ackworth. Hello, thanks for tuning in, for watching. Now let's dive into that forecast again. Outside this evening, you probably noticed a few more high clouds moving in. A dry forecast this evening, and temperatures do cool off. Probably didn't notice it, but we actually had another front sneak into North Georgia and Metro Atlanta this afternoon. It was warmer, though, out ahead of it. Temperatures even a little warmer than expected in the upper 70s to near 80, now quickly cooling back. If you're not already in the 60s, you will be momentarily, and I think many folks in the 50s. Some already there. Carrollton, you saw on the map, and up in Blairsville, already cool. City of Atlanta back into the upper 40s to near 50 tomorrow morning, a little bit cooler than it was this morning, with a light east and northeast breeze, so just a light wind out the door tomorrow morning. Nonetheless, that light breeze will make it feel even chillier outside as you get ready to hit the roadways tomorrow morning for the morning commute. Forecast-wise, not looking like there will be any real weather issues tomorrow morning. It's going to be pretty pleasant, in fact. However, kind of like this morning, we're going to wake up to more mid and high-level clouds streaming in from the west. So I would say, at clearest, partly cloudy, and some will wake up to more overcast conditions. Upper 40s outside of the perimeter, lower 50s inside the perimeter. 48 Smyrna, Palmetto, mid 40s, 46 down in central Henry County, McDonough. 48 in Lawrenceville, 52 downtown Midtown, down towards Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. 40 up in Blairsville, of course, a little clearer up there, and you're also at a higher elevation, so no surprise, one of the cooler spots. 46 in Canton, Cartersville about the same, 46 in Carrollton, 48 Griffin, 43 Dalton, up that 75 corridor, heading up towards Chattanooga, just a little bit cooler up in that part of the state. Light jacket, a good idea tomorrow. And much like today, we will recover nicely. Temperatures are going to warm back up, kind of a filtered sunshine tomorrow, no rain chance. Lighter winds than what we had today. We were pretty gusty, up to about 30 miles an hour at times. Tomorrow, still a breeze. You'll feel it, but not as gusty as today. Temperatures back in the upper 60s by noon. Pleasant lunch hour if you have maybe a Monday meeting, and it's a lunch meeting. Get the outdoor table. It'll be absolutely stunning out there with temperatures, a little cool in the shade, but upper 60s, not too bad. Feeling warmer in the sunshine for sure. Temperatures in the low to mid 70s by early afternoon. Then we're back in the mid to upper 70s, 3, 4, 5, maybe through 6 p.m. And then quickly cooler once again. Tomorrow night we will clear out across the area, and that'll shape up for a cooler Tuesday morning, even more 40s back on the map. High temperatures tomorrow. Coolest on the northeast side, 69. Athens, 72. Rome, 76. Newton, 74. I'm looking at some new data coming in, and we may have to bring down that temperature just a little bit for the city of Atlanta, though today we shot up to 79. We may end up a little warmer than what some guidance is suggesting. Regardless, I think 70s for most of us, mountains and higher elevation communities, and folks up around Lake Lanier, of course, a little bit cooler in the upper 60s. But a nice day. Mix of sun and clouds, more sunshine late in the day, maybe evening, and then definitely clearing out as we get into tomorrow night. And that'll set the stage for a nicer stretch of weather ahead of us. We'll call it clouds and sun Monday, back to almost full sunshine Tuesday, 50 to start. 74 Tuesday afternoon. Many will wake up in the 40s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday mornings. And then we start to warm up in the afternoon. Let's look at Wednesday, back up to 76, 78, not as cool on our Thursday afternoon, 79 Friday afternoon, and we're going much warmer, 80 Saturday, 80 Sunday, mornings warmer than 60. That's your start temperature in the city of Atlanta. Keep in mind, cooler outlying, though everyone warmer by next Sunday morning than it was this Sunday morning in particular. And along with that, we're going to keep your forecast dry, but as we get into next weekend, we're going to start to notice more clouds creeping back into North Georgia and metro Atlanta, and eventually there is a rain chance in the forecast as some much chillier, almost winter-type cold starts to filter in to the United States. Could be the first big winter storm, could be for portions of the Intermountain West, Colorado, back into the central and southern plains. For us, we're going to be watching for maybe an increased rain chance heading into Halloween, the middle of next week, maybe the first couple days of November, followed by some cooler air, but it does look like it's going to take some time for that cooler condition to filter back into North Georgia, metro Atlanta. One of those setups where the cold air dives due south down the Rockies, southern plains, Texas, for example, more impacted by the chilly condition, and then it will take some time for that cooler air to kind of bleed over into the eastern and southeastern United States. Nonetheless, the next change to watch, and you can get that full forecast in the First Alert Weather app, out to 10 days. Just search First Alert Weather in your app or Google Play Store, or that QR code you see on the screen right now that you will also see when we give the forecast on Atlanta News First and Peachtree TV. You can scan that QR code to get the app. Also, 10-day forecast is always available at atlantanewsfirst.com. On that note, I want to say thanks for watching. Time now is 8:12 in about an hour and 45 minutes. We're back on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW affiliate for the 10 o'clock edition of Atlanta News First. And then we're back on WANF about 11 p.m., hoping to go on time tonight after a couple football games today. If we are on a little late, reminder, you can always get that forecast at atlantanewsfirst.com and in the First Alert Weather app. Leaving you with a gorgeous view looking across the connector towards Midtown from the ANF studio roof. Calmer evening, cooler evening. Get outside and enjoy it. Maybe an evening walk, and get ready for warmer afternoons by the middle of the work week.